Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another fragrance video, and this is going to be all about Baccarat Rouge 540, the EDP. Literally have been waiting for this for so long. I'm going to talk a little bit about the perfume itself, a little bit of a weird experience I had with it personally, as well as some dupes that exist for this fragrance. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. If you're more interested in hearing the dupes for this perfume, because she's $300, I will put a timestamp down below and you can just hop right over to learn about the dupes that I have for this, which ones I think are the best, which ones don't perform as well in my opinion. But if you do want to learn a little bit more about this fragrance and how it performed in my experience with it, that's what I'm gonna get into first. So let me just talk about this beautiful baby first. I'm gonna show you guys up close. This is what the bottle looks like. It has like red and gold lettering. On the back there is this chandelier that you can see through the perfume itself, and the cap has little K's on it for Jean, the perfumer's last name. And the cap, guys, it's heavy. It's such a heavy cap. This is luxury perfume at its finest. It feels rich. It just is rich. It looks rich. It is rich. Like when I got this, you feel different when you spray this perfume on you because you feel the way that it looks. It looks rich, it looks wealthy. So first I'm gonna talk a little bit about what it smells. I just sprayed it a little bit. It's so unique, this perfume. It's so airy, but at the same time, it has a heaviness to it. It's like both to me. It has a like luminous, airy quality to it, but it's also heavy at the same time. It's not like a light perfume in my opinion. It smells light in the air when it's on you and when you can smell it, but there is a heaviness to it, and I think it's because there is a note of amber in this perfume. I've just never smelled anything like it before. I'm gonna look up the notes really quick just so I can actually give that type of description if you're somebody who the notes resonate with. For me, notes really don't do that much. I would love to go to like a perfume factory. I remember when I was on a vacation in France with my mom once, we were on this tour and it stopped at a perfume factory, and it was called Fragonard. I don't know why I remember that, but it was called Fragonard. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's probably a different French pronunciation, but it was spelled Fragonard. And we went there on part of our tour. And again, at the time, I was not really interested in perfume. It was cool to go there, and there were little stations where you could smell each note and try to guess what it was, so you can see if you are good enough at being a nose. A nose is somebody who formulates perfumes, and they just are amazing. They have the most ridiculous nose. They can pick out notes in perfumes. They can't smoke, they can't drink, they can't do anything to mess with their olfactory system. They are just very strict because they take their nose so seriously. So I wish I could go somewhere like that again, because I did not appreciate it enough, I feel, at the time, being able to go to a perfume factory. So I'd love to do that again in the future, because I'm really not that good at picking up on notes myself right now, but I'm going to describe them in case that's something that you personally resonate with. So I'm just on the Bloomingdale's website again, because this is just where I got my information from. The keynotes are jasmine, saffron, cedarwood, and ambergris. And it says, luminous and sophisticated, Baccarat Rouge 540 lays on the skin like an amber, floral, and woody breeze. A poetic alchemy, a graphic and highly condensed signature. It's just such a sweet, intoxicating scent. It's unlike anything I've ever smelled before in my life. It's unreal. The first time I smelled this, it literally made me stop in my tracks. I had to ask what the person was wearing. It was my old manager at the time, and I had to ask her what she was wearing because it just drew me in so much. And this perfume is what kind of introduced me to fragrances. At the time, I had no idea anything about fragrances, anything about different brands, different houses, different like notes, anything like that. I had no idea about perfumes. It really wasn't my thing. And then I smelled this perfume, heard that it was Baccarat, and then I kind of like fell down the rabbit hole of fragrance YouTube. And here I am. I just had found this perfume and I began researching, and my first video was my perfume blind buys, and it really was all sparked by this perfume and just being so intrigued by how something can smell so unique. I've never smelled a perfume like this before. You really just have to go and smell this one because it's different. It's amazing. It's warm, but it's airy, but it's like luminous, and it's just a lot all in one. It does have a woody quality to it, but I have to keep smelling it because I don't know how to describe it. It is just very sweet and intoxicating smelling. It is phenomenal. This is the best scent I have ever smelled in my whole life. This is my favorite perfume I've ever smelled in my whole life. I know a lot of people, as I've heard at least on the internet, wear this now. It seems a lot more popular on the internet than I feel where I live in real life. The only time I've ever smelled this perfume in real life was my manager. So I know a lot of people on the internet are like, this is overdone, you won't smell unique if you wear this. And I personally don't see that. I mean, unless you live in like New York City or if you live in LA, maybe this perfume is overdone, but I live in Salem, Massachusetts, and this is not overdone. Nobody wears this. I feel like I'm the only one who walks around smelling like this now because I don't smell this. It's not something I smell very often. It's still super unique. I still think if you love it and you're worried about not smelling unique, I feel like you don't have to worry about it. While it can be a little bit more common in the perfume world, I guess, a lot of people who collect perfumes and know about perfumes, this is probably like an old perfume to them. But for somebody, the average consumer, I feel like a lot of people don't have this perfume. And buying perfumes that are $300 is not common, at least for me and the people that I am with and surrounding myself with every day. So for me at least, I still feel very unique and very different when I wear this. So if that's holding you back because you want to smell unique, you want to smell different, you don't want to smell like everybody else, I don't think that many people around you are going to smell like this, if that makes sense. Because I know some people might not want to purchase a perfume that a lot of other people are wearing. So that's just my take on that whole thought process of what people are saying about this perfume online. I do want to mention that I purchased my bottle through Bloomingdale's. I'm not sure if this is still going on, but at the time that I got my bottle, there was a sale going on where I think it was like every $150 you spend, you get $20 off. So since this perfume was $300, I got $40 off? Yeah, $40 off, and I paid $260 for this bottle, which is still a very, very high amount of money. I totally understand this. I got money for my birthday and I put a large amount of that towards this bottle, and I got this as a little like birthday present for myself. I do want to mention too, a lot of people say to get your bottle through Maison Francis Kurkdjian because they include free samples. I also got a free sample. When I shopped through Bloomingdale's, I got like random little beauty like free gifts because I spent a certain amount through Bloomingdale's itself. And I also got this deluxe sample size of the L'Homme à la Rose, which is their new fragrance. And I believe it's supposed to be for men, or maybe I'm remembering that totally wrong, but it does smell more masculine, I would say. But I still would consider this unisex. Like, I will wear this because it's rose. And it's so weird because I usually hate rose fragrances. It's not usually my thing. I don't like Delina, anything like rosy. I'm usually not about that. But this one, because it has that more masculine quality, it does feel like so much warmer and very rounded. This perfume is like super interesting. I remember I sprayed this before I even sprayed my Baccarat because I knew what that smelled like and I wanted to smell this one. I was really impressed with this one, so I'm excited to wear this a little bit more. But this was included in my purchase, which was really cool. I did get a free sample of something from that line, so that's something to consider if you are looking to purchase this perfume. I got not only money off, but I got a free sample as well from Bloomingdale's. I'm not sure if this is still going on, but just to let you know, Bloomingdale's was a really good spot to go. So I'm gonna give you guys a little story now about my experience first getting this perfume. So I did not get any testers or samples, even though you probably should when you're getting a perfume this expensive. But not only have I smelled it before, but I've also worn it before. My coworker, when we were going out to eat with the rest of our coworkers, she let me spray it on myself because we were going out to eat. I didn't bring a perfume, and she let me wear her perfume, which was this scent, and I loved it. So I just didn't feel a need to get the sample size again because I knew what it smelled like. So I just ordered the perfume. I got it in the mail and I was so excited when I took it out of the box. I sprayed it on myself, and like 5 minutes later, I couldn't smell it at all. I couldn't smell it on my skin. Like I can now, I'm smelling it now, but I couldn't smell it on my skin. I couldn't smell it on my clothes. My boyfriend said he couldn't smell it either. So I tried again, I sprayed it, and I still couldn't smell it. And I was like, what the heck? Why can't I smell it? I thought like I got a defective bottle or something. I thought maybe it was old. I was so confused because I know the sillage is amazing. I know that it projects. I know that it lasts for such a long time. My manager would walk by and the smell would literally linger. Like the sillage of this perfume is insane. She would spray it in the bathroom before she would go out on a date or like go out with her friends, and I would smell this in the bathroom, I kid you not, like 3 days later, and it would still smell like this fragrance in our bathroom. So I don't know why it wasn't working for me. I was just very confused. I started looking online. There was a couple people on the Bloomingdale's website specifically that said in a 1-star review, this doesn't last on me. I don't understand what the hype is about. I spray it and then I can't smell it anymore. I'm returning it. That was a lot of the 1-star reviews on Bloomingdale's. So I was like, what are the odds that maybe it's just not a good perfume? Like maybe it's just an old one. I don't know. In my mind, I was like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe because I can't smell it, it's because it's old or something's wrong with it or it's defective. I was just super confused. So I wanted to clear it up. I ordered samples from Maison Francis Kirk de Jean's website, which honestly, I probably should have done that in the first place. Definitely get sample sizes of stuff before you try it. And I keep saying that too. I never practice what I preach. I just go in and I get it. But I have tried this before. I smelled this perfume. I've worn it too. So I just was so thrown off that I didn't love it when I first got it. So I went ahead and ordered the testers like I should have done in the first place. And when you order on their website, I actually do appreciate what they do. They allow you to choose 4 different scents and you get 4 testers. You can't get 4 of the same one. You have to get 4 different scents. But I got the Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP, I got the Extrait, I got Oud Satin Mood, and I got Gentle Fluidity Gold. 4 that are very well liked and talked about here on YouTube just because I wanted to give them a shot. And I just wanted to see too if the EDP smelled from their actual store versus the one that I have from Bloomingdale's. I never researched this deeply into the scent and hearing reviews about it because I already knew that I liked it upon first researching it. And I was like, yep, I want to get this perfume. I love it. I felt like I didn't need to watch many reviews on it, but I did start learning more about people who can't smell it or the quality of it, that it almost is like a ghost fragrance, how you could smell it 1 second and then you can't the next, but other people around you still can smell it. I also learned about anosmia and how you can go nose blind to a perfume. So I did do a lot of more research into the other side of it and how this perfume has just such a weird quality in that sometimes you can smell it and then other times it just smells like it's completely gone, but it'll still be there. So I wanted to give this still a go. I didn't want to have to return this because that would have like totally broken my heart because I wanted this perfume for so long. There's one video I watched in particular where somebody in the comments said, just put it down for a week and come back to it again in the future and see if you can smell it. I'll link that person's video down below because it was super interesting. She can't smell Baccarat Rouge at all, like at all. She did a video comparing dupes to Baccarat, even though she can't smell Baccarat. It's a really interesting video, but somebody in her comments said, try putting it down for a week and seeing if you could smell it and then come back to it. So I was honestly willing to try anything at that point. I put it down and I tried other perfumes for about a week to try and completely erase it from my nose and just get back to normal, which it's so strange that I had to do that anyway because I hadn't smelled it in so long, but I was just wearing other perfumes. I was just trying to ignore it and pretend it wasn't there. And then a week later, I came back to it and all of a sudden I could smell it again. I could smell it the way that I did when my manager was wearing it. And I was like, this is what I was waiting for. Like right now, I could smell it on my skin. I could not smell it on my skin. And no, I did not have COVID. I've taken multiple tests. I never had COVID. I just couldn't smell this perfume and the people around me couldn't either. But I know it's working for some reason because now people are recognizing the smell. Like I went to the doctor's the other day and these 2 people, the nurse and one of the patients that was over there, the second I walked into the room, the person was like, oh my God, somebody smells amazing. And the nurse said, oh, I think it's her. She just walked in. And I was like, oh yes, somebody could smell me. Like that feels so good. And then just earlier now, my boyfriend got out of the shower and was like, oh my God, it smells really nice in here. And we were baking a cake. It's my dog's birthday. So we were baking her a cake and he thought it was the cake. And I was like, smell it, is it me? And he was like, yeah, I think it is you. That's really weird because he never could smell it either. I don't know, guys. I really have no idea why it was like that, but I can smell it now and I can tell you it's amazing. I have had this now for a month. I didn't want to obviously make a video when I couldn't smell it. I wanted to try it and then after that, try it a little bit longer just to make sure that I could still smell it. But now I can speak to the fact that not only can I smell it on my skin, I could smell it sometimes when I like moving around. Not often, it still does go away when I'm just like sitting down and just like going about life. I can't smell it, but I can smell it on my clothes now. And it's just the most amazing feeling because now I get what everybody was talking about and I'm really experiencing what I did with my coworker. Like I've smelled and experienced this fragrance before, but never for myself until now. So I'm so happy. And I could definitely tell you guys, if you're having the same problem as me, put it down for a week, try wearing your other fragrances and then coming back to it and seeing how it works then. Because again, I don't know what is going on with this perfume. It's the weirdest perfume I've ever owned in my whole life. But I can very truthfully say it is the best scent I own. It is the most amazing, unique perfect scent I've ever smelled, and I love it so much. So yeah, that is my review on Baccarat. Essentially, I was just talking about how much I'm obsessed with it because I'm obsessed with it. I think it's amazing. So now I want to get onto the dupes of this fragrance, because at the very beginning when I started learning about different fragrances, I was not about to drop $300 on this EDP. So please, I know all about the dupes, and I'm going to get into them now. The first one I'm going to talk about is one of the most well-known dupes for Baccarat Rouge 540, and is the first one I've tried. It is Ariana Grande Cloud, and I got this, literally I found out about it because I was Googling Baccarat Rouge and Ariana Grande Cloud popped up. People were comparing the two. And that's literally the reason I got this, because I wanted to smell similar to it and not spend $300. So I got this one from Ulta. Clearly I used up a ton of it. I used up a lot of this. Yeah, it smells a lot more like praline candy. I like cotton candy. It smells a lot more like watery too. This one to me, it's not as heavy and as deep as Baccarat Rouge. This one is a lot more airy. I will say when I spray it on my clothes though, the smell that I had of Baccarat Rouge when I was smelling it on my clothes, when I finally could smell it on my clothes, smells so similar, so similar to Ariana Grande Cloud. I almost couldn't even tell which one was on my clothes at the time. I had to really think back and remember what I sprayed that morning, because it smells exactly the same as what this one smells like when it dries down on my clothes. In the air, the remnants of what I'm smelling right now of this particular scent is little to nothing like Baccarat Rouge, in my personal opinion. It's just very light, which I don't mind. I love this perfume still. Like, I will have this again. I will repurchase this again, even though I wear Baccarat Rouge. I love this perfume still. It's different in the air a little bit. It smells more, I keep saying praline because I know that's like the top note in here, but I can definitely kind of pinpoint the difference in those notes, because it does smell a lot more like cotton candy, like that type of sweet, and it doesn't have any type of like a more deep note to it. Whereas that one has more of like a woody, ambery note to it that brings it down a little bit and makes it more rounded. This particular one is just very light and airy. And in the caps, it smells nothing similar. Like, this smells to me almost like straight cotton candy in the cap. It's very sweet. But on clothes, they smell so similar, and I don't know how. A lot of people have said they don't know how either, because they are completely different notes making up these perfumes, but for some reason when it dries down on clothes, they smell so similar. And I've gotten so many compliments on Ariana Grande Cloud. Definitely go try this one. I don't think it has the best lasting power, but I love bringing perfumes with me and like touching up throughout the day. If you would like to try Baccarat Rouge, I definitely think this is a good one to start with. If you want a spray and more of a like nice light scent. I love wearing this year round, but I especially like this in the summer. It's just such a nice light scent. The second dupe that I have is from fragrantbodyoils.com, and this is specifically a dupe for Baccarat Rouge. If you can see, it says Baccarat Rouge 540. This was made with the intention of smelling like Baccarat Rouge. This is the closest out of the three that I'm talking about that smells like the actual scent. I love wearing this when I'm wearing Baccarat Rouge. I like putting this on my hands, on my neck. Like, I like adding this to what I'm wearing, just to kind of like, not that I need it to make it last longer, but going through that experience of not being able to smell it, I just like adding a little bit extra. And because this smells so almost identical to me, it's the perfect pairing. This is the closest scent in my opinion. It does have that deeper quality to it that I feel like Cloud does not have. I know some people might not want to purchase something that is meant to be a dupe. Like, this was formulated to be a dupe. I know the fragrance brand Alt, they make fragrances that are based off of popular fragrances, and they make them cheaper so that you don't have to pay as much for the designer scent. If you aren't somebody who wants to do that, if you would rather just have a perfume that is its own perfume and have it smell similar, then you might like Ariana Grande Cloud or the next one I'm going to talk about. But if you don't care about that and you just want to smell good, this is the closest one in my opinion. It almost hits the nail right on the head. I have them right next to each other, like right next to each other, and I can't smell a difference. Like, they did a really good job formulating this it's really good. And I bought this again so I could smell the scent and really decide if I liked it before buying the actual $300 EDP. The thing though about like rollerballs, I don't believe that they have that same like ability to project. It's so close to your skin, and it's not on your clothes, it's only on your skin, and scents really don't project as well if they're on your skin. I mean, they can, but I feel like people really smell it more when it is on your clothes, and it lasts longer. Fragrance lasts longer when it's on your clothes. So I feel like a downside of a rollerball is that it's on your skin and someone's gonna have to be very close to you to actually smell this scent. And the last dupe I'm going to be talking about is Burberry Her. I know a lot of people say this is a really great dupe just with an added note of strawberry, and I have this little sample size. I don't have the actual size of this particular perfume. I got this in the, what is that, Sephora fragrance favorites or something, when they give you that little coupon that you can go and redeem a full-size bottle of one of the perfumes in that kit. And I wanted it because I wanted to see if I wanted to get that perfume, and I decided not to, and I'll tell you why. Let me spray it. I need to like get it back in my memory. This perfume is really weird. I feel like when I was first wearing it and like spraying it, I can see kind of where people were saying it smells like Baccarat. But now, even when I just like spray it in the air, even when I spray it in the air, it just smells of strawberries. It doesn't smell of anything else. It doesn't even remind me the slightest of Baccarat. I don't know how that has happened. Maybe it's because I've smelled that one so much now. Like I have it here and I can smell it. This like strawberry, it doesn't smell anything like it to me personally. It just smells of strawberries. But I can see a little bit of the similarities, at least when I have worn this before. I haven't worn it a ton just because I don't personally like it. It's way too strawberry heavy for me, and I'm not a fruity fragrance type of person. So that's why I personally never got Burberry Her. I just don't like that strawberry element to it. If you like fruity fragrances and you want a combo of, I guess, Baccarat and strawberry, but way more strawberry and like a tiny little bit of Baccarat, you might like Burberry Her. But I personally just, I can't call this a dupe because it does not remind me of Baccarat enough to say that it would be a dupe. I just sprayed it up here, and it's so weird because, like I said, I used to be able to smell some similarity to Baccarat Rouge, at least to like Ariana Grande Cloud, at like what I've experienced as far as what Baccarat Rouge is, and like the scent that I had in my mind and my memory of what it smelled like, and I could smell it a little bit. But now when I'm smelling it on my arm, it doesn't smell good. It smells like strawberry lip gloss, like plasticky Barbie doll. Like, it doesn't smell good in my opinion. I don't think it smells expensive. I don't think it smells like luxury. I don't think it smells similar to Baccarat Rouge at all, at least right now on my arm. So breaking it down, the most similar one to Baccarat Rouge 540 is the fragrance oils one. Unfortunately, it is an oil. If you would like a spray, my next favorite would be Ariana Grande, because once it dries down on the clothes, it smells almost identical, and it's really an amazing perfume in general. And my least favorite is Burberry Her. I don't like that scent. I just don't think it's very similar. It's way too strawberry. But if you like fruity scents and you would be interested in more of that like airy, fruity quality to a perfume, maybe that would be a scent that you would personally like. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I'm so excited. I finally have this perfume. I've wanted it for so long, literally a year at this point. I have wanted this perfume and I finally got it. I've been really loving it finally, because again, for the first week and a half, I could not smell it. And it was heartbreaking. It was like an emotional roller coaster with this perfume, but I'm so happy I can now smell it. I've continued to be able to smell it, so I feel fully comfortable talking about it and sharing it with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. That is it for today's video, and my washer is going to start singing to us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.